that, Jay? Because we
Yes,
we
but-
stole, we steal both of the Underwood comments?
Yeah.
Did we? Jamie, we stole one of your copies, so you don't have it.
You're supposed to let go, so you can have mine. Same thing.
That's the AT&T one, there should be one for the other.
There's also one for
continuance.
this.
You should have one more, Bill. For the, Ash Swamp Road. They're gonna be continued anyway, so.
I can make
Just
some
to-
copies up if people really want them. Is it on?
Okay, we on? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, members of the board. Welcome to the Newmarket Planning Board's Tuesday, April 9th meeting. First item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone would please stand. Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Just so members are in the audience are aware, there's two regular business agenda items that will be continued to the May 14th meeting. So we will not be taking public hearing on the Ash Swamp Road proposed item at 10 Norton Lane or on the AT&T proposal down at 4 Youngs Lane. I do believe that the planner had copies of the engineer's review comments on the plan, so those would be available to anyone who would like to have a copy of those. Talk to the town planner on that.
Is there another person that needed a copy?
Okay, so we'll make sure that you get that at some point.
Can, at some point, wait to the end? Okay.
All right.
It's gonna be a short meeting.
Second item on the agenda is public comments. This would be just public comments for anything not on the agenda. Hearing none, I will close public comments. Review and approval of our 3/19/19 minutes, March 19th minutes. Do I have a motion from anyone on the board?
Oh, sorry, excuse me, Val.
Thank you, Gretchen. Okay, in a second,
Second.
any discussions, any corrections, additions, edits? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. In regards to agenda item number 4, regular business, Robert and Phyllis Page, William Benedetto, continuation of public hearing for an application for major site plan review at 10 Norton Lane, tax map R5, lot 11-1 in the B3 zone. The proposal is to develop the property as a golf driving range and practice area. The site development will include a new driveway, parking, tee boxes, gravel walkways, putting greens, chipping areas, landscaping, utilities. The applicant has requested that this agenda item be continued to the application be continued to the May 14th, 2019 meeting. I need a motion.
So moved.
Okay, second.
Second.
Any discussion by the board? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. The second item, regular business, the Town of Newmarket, New Singular Wireless PCS LLC is a continuation of a public hearing for an application for a minor site plan and special use permit at 4 Youngs Lane, tax map U3, lots formerly at 48 and 49, which have been merged into one lot in the B2 zone. The proposal is to construct a new tower-based personal wireless service facility consisting of a 150-foot monopole telecommunications tower and related equipment. Again, the applicant has requested that this application be continued to the May 14th, 2019 meeting at 7 p.m. Is there a motion to approve the continuance?
So moved.
Moved by Gretchen. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Thank you, Jane. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, before we go on to new and old business, I just want to remind everyone there is a site walk that is scheduled, 2 site walks. The first one will be held at the Ash Swamp Road or 10 Norton Lane site, and that's at 8 a.m. this Saturday. And then that will be followed by the site walk for the cell tower down at Youngs Lane at 9:30 a.m. Public is all invited to be there as well. It will be, it's a posted meeting. you can ask questions, we'll be taking minutes, and the applicant should be there as well, or representative. Okay. Thank you. Chairman's report. Actually, before we get into that, I think we should vote on officers. That was continued from the last meeting. Any motions for chair, vice chair?
Can I make a report?
Sure.
I spoke with former chairman Eric Bodeman, and he said he would be more than happy to continue on in that capacity if the planning board so wished to vote him in as chairman, and I just wanted to convey that message to the board members. He had a conflict this evening.
I'll make a motion to nominate Eric Boardman for chairman.
Boderman? Okay, there's a motion for Eric Boderman. Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Is there any discussion on that nomination? Any further nominations? Okay, we'll take the call. All those in favor of re-electing Eric Boderman as the planning board chairman? The four of you? Aye. Unanimous. Any nominations for vice chair? I will serve again. If the board will like me to. Any nominations for vice? No, I would not do that. Nominations for vice chair.
I'll make a motion to nominate Val Shelton as vice chair.
Thank you, Gretchen. Is there a second?
I'll do the job.
Okay. Any discussion on the nomination? Hearing none. Any further nominations? I'll close the nominations. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing it again.
Just getting everyone else prepared for next year. Okay. Continuing on, any committee reports? Town Council, Gretchen?
I just wanted to mention that we had the first reading on the, let me see, this is a bit of a mouthful. The resolution for rescinding the town's current development restrictions on the lot on Moody Point and replacing it with the new restrictive covenants as set forth by the Nature Conservancy. So that came forward to the council for first reading.
Okay. Okay, anything else
That's,
pertaining to the
we'll
board?
be having goal setting coming up, so I'll let you know if anything
Great.
comes out of that that would be related.
Okay, thank you. Any other committee reports? Nichols?
I would just,
Yep, do you know?
somebody's phone. I would just like to mention that I received one set of comments back from prospective people who are involved in the stormwater, would be involved in the new stormwater regulations, from Bill Archeri,
Okay.
who's a resident and also has been very active in the Southeast Watershed Alliance. And he had some questions about whether or not the criteria for some of the technical criteria is consistent with the MS4 permit, and he's raised some questions, and I would like to schedule a meeting with Bill and go over his concerns. And it appears that there are other people who are also have been struggling with this new model ordinance. It hasn't actually been adopted yet by their group, and there's some concerns about going forward without being, assured that it does meet the minimum requirements for MS4. So I'd like to just postpone coming back to the board with regulations until such time as we sort through that. And we also find out that we don't have to have the regulations in place by June 30th. It's June 30th of next year, so we have a bit of a reprieve on
And did Bill actually give written comments?
Yes,
Can we get those out to the
sure. I'm
members?
more
That'd be
than
good.
happy to do
Just
that.
so everyone's on. Or even if it's
They're
after,
very-
even if
they're
it's
very
after your
technical,
meeting.
But I would like to, go over them with him and make sure I understand.
All right.
And, it may take a while to sort through some of these things, because there are some complicated methodologies involved with determining efficiencies and so forth. And some of the requirements are vague.
Yeah.
How they, match up to the MS4 permit.
But he's the only one
He's the only one.
that's given input at this point. And how many people have it gone
Sent
to?
it out to about a dozen people.
Okay. All right.
Was his question our recommendations were more strict than what the MS4 was requiring?
Just that there's some gaps in,
Okay.
and it was more related to some of the earlier work and assumptions that were made in the folks who put the model regulations together.
Gotcha.
And, you know, a lot of these things haven't been tested through the courts. Their model ordinance came out before the MS4 permit came out, so, I mean, that kind of explains it. But there's some areas where there might be some projects that will not be covered, that should be covered. So we want to make sure that we're on solid legal ground moving forward. So it may take a while to sort through some of these issues.
Thank you.
Anything else on planners report?
No, that's all I have for today.
Okay, and then there's the spring conference, OEP conference, everyone should have that marked on the calendars. Okay, anything else? Quick meeting?
We're gonna try to schedule technical.
Yes.
If you,
And I was gonna ask the committee members, Val, you're in the
Yeah.
committee, and Bill, I'm not sure. Well, we have two. We have one. for
and
South
Eric
Solid
is
and
as
Eric.
well.
I would like to schedule it before the 26th of April, because I'll be going away. And I'd like to get at least the TRC comments organized and
Mm-hmm.
so that we can package that for the May 14th meeting.
So what dates are you proposing there?
I haven't really, I'm wide open at this point in the
But-
next 2 weeks.
But do we know about the department heads?
No, you do not.
Okay.
I have not sent out I was gonna just hone in on a couple of dates and say, this is what the planning board suggested, are you available for these dates? Usually, it seems like Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Tuesdays, mid-morning are good dates.
Are
or
those good
early
for you,
afternoon.
Tuesday, Wednesdays, Will?
So the only date I have a conflict right now is the 18th.
Okay, so let's go for Tuesday or Wednesday morning, and we usually like to start like 8:30.
Sure. And that's, give me the,
So that would give you the,
what,
16th.
no, wait, April, right?
April.
16th,
Right-
17th,
Right here?
yeah.
Okay.
16th, 17th, or 23rd, 24th.
Okay, so I will get out an email just asking people if those dates are gonna work,
Mhm.
and then we'll get confirmation from the others, and then we can
Okay,
confirm. You wanna mention that those meetings are also open to the public, because they may have some questions?
yeah, so any meetings of the TRC are also open to the public. Diane will post them. If you want to know specifically when, just make sure that you stay in touch with Diane. On the technical review committees, that's the subset of the planning board. It will also be working with the department heads in town and the applicant. So it's getting into the nitty-gritty of the plans relative to the regulations.
We're looking at possibly scheduling that for April 16th or 17th at 8:30 in the morning. We need to go back and confirm with our department heads and with the applicants.
Which application is that for?
For both of them. I think
Yeah.
we should piggyback them and get them both done at the
Yeah.
same time.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay. Any other business for the board? Hearing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion moved and seconded. Any discussion on adjourning? No? All those in favor? Aye. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Might be on, doing like the tax increment finance district or, you know, some housing, you know, concept.
Right.
Stormwater management. It's, it used to be called the Office of Engineering Planning.